I'm not gonna lie. I just realized in the process of looking to start this video, I have so many Bulls hats that I had no idea that I even owned. Like, I was a childhood Laker fan, so why the fuck? How the fuck did I end up with so many goddamn Bulls hats? It's because Bulls hats really is fire. Bulls hats do go crazy. I can't lie. Like the Bulls logo, it always looks good. So it always seems like it's appropriate for you to wear one. I'm gonna put this one on for today, just cause I fuck with it. It's a nice little Chirac dad hat. Make sure y'all follow Maneuver Camp on Instagram. Get your merch, my boy Lit, and yeah, it shouldn't be a surprise what we're talking about today.
Bro made a one-legger from 3. Yo. Don't lie, D-Bo. You know you ain't see the time, boy. You ain't see that shit till late, boy. But we gonna take it, man. You know you ain't see that time, boy.
Good morning, everybody. Your boy JP, Joe Paul, back in the motherfucking building. Hope everybody's having a great day. Happy New Year. You know what I'm saying? The day that is dropping, this should be New Year. So hope everybody is excited about the new year, 2022. Listen, man, we are coming off a tough 2-year span with this whole COVID shit. So I got a good feeling about this year. I don't know why. Call me crazy. I got a feeling that this year we're gonna turn some shit around and we gonna have some good news. And if not, it'll be back to despair, back to disaster. And listen, that's what we're all used to anyway. So is it really that bad? You know what I'm saying? But listen, we are still back here ready to talk about some NBA basketball. Basketball Weekly number 4. Sorry I missed last week. I was busy having a baby. I might throw a picture up. I might not. I've been excited. I've been taking a whole bunch of pictures of him because, I ain't gonna lie. The whole thing, the best thing to me so far about having a son is just the fact that I get to just look at him. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he was born, and I get to just be like, wow. You used to live in my balls, man. And now here he is, fully manifested in live and in color, and he's amazing. He's so cute. He's adorable. I fucking love him. Jakari, if you ever see these videos, I love you, my boy. All right, but let's get into it. Basketball Weekly number 4. Make sure you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and let's get into it. With good reason, we're going to be starting off this Basketball Weekly just giving me a moment to gush over one of the hottest new commodities that hit the scene in the Eastern Conference this season, and that is the Chicago Bulls. So just last night, Demar Derozan, the GOAT DeRozan, whatever the fuck you want to call him, Demar Derozan hit a crazy one-legged game winner last night against the Pacers. It was like the most wild, disjointed. It looked like he wasn't even ready or mentally prepared to shoot. Okay, so there's a couple ways I feel like that Demar had this like play out in his head before he honestly did it. So I feel like while he was jumping the ball up the court after he got the rebound, in his head he was already like, I'm not gonna lie, this is the Pacers. Like, I don't need to do nothing extravagant. I don't need to do nothing crazy. So he walked it up and he dribbled the ball down just for a good minute, just dribble mad clock out. And then he made his move, and it's like he looked up at the clock and he realized, oh shit, I don't have any time to do really anything right now. I have the ball with like 2 or 3 seconds in my hand, and I am still at the damn near half court. So he kind of just lifted up. He kind of just lifted up a leg to create some space, and then he just stroked it. I feel like that's one way he could have took it. Or the second way is that he was kind of like, after he got the rebound, he was walking down the court and he was kind of thinking about like how he wanted to do it, like how he wanted to break down the move. And I think at the very last second, I think he might have been shown a double, like really, really super, super late. And so he kind of like got caught in no man's land. And like I said, same thing that happened in the last situation. He looked up and he didn't really have that much time on the clock. So he ended up having to just throw up a heave. And listen, the shit ended up being a New Year's fucking miracle. Listen, shout out to DeMar, shout out to the Bulls. The Bulls have been really just like a really exciting team to watch this year, especially for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say especially for me. It's not like I'm a Bulls fan or anything, but it's like, I like watching a lot of the players on the Bulls are players that have been great fans of, over the last couple of years. Like Lonzo Ball, my boy, I'm a ex-Laker fan. You know what I'm saying? Ex-Laker fan, my boy Lonzo, to see him grow from where he was at in LA. to where he was at once he finally got to New Orleans, and he was able to incorporate a 3-point shot. And then I was able to really truly appreciate him as a defender. For him to be in Chicago and him to have a chance to grow and do whatever it is that he does, and for him to honestly be somewhere that he wants to play, because he wanted to be in LA at first, but that whole shit with the Lakers ended up going belly up. Once they got LeBron, they weren't really focusing on grooming new players or grooming young players. They were in a win now mode, and so they had to flip that into Anthony Davis. Then he ends up in a fucking poverty ass franchise over in New Orleans. They're just a shit show. Hashtag free Zion, free BI. But now my man's in Chicago, and he looks like a real floor general. He looks like a real leader, and looks like he's really thriving in the position where he's at. Same thing with Caruso, another ex-Laker. For when I found out that the Bulls were able to pull Caruso from the Lakers, I was like, okay, that's actually a pretty big move. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of can see, like, when he was playing for the Lakers, you kind of like could see that he had some promise, but then he also could have been a product of just a player who's playing with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? We've seen that all the time. People who play with LeBron, they end up just getting, you know what I'm saying, plus 10 in all attributes. But, AC was able, once he got to the Bulls, he was able to really thrive and become, you know what I'm saying, more of a playmaker than he was in LA. You know what I'm saying? He was able to build upon the things that he was good on. He seems like he's an improved 3-point shooter. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but he's definitely he seems like he's an improved 3-point shooter, and he seemed overall just more confident. I feel like he really took his time in LA, and he really was ready to prove that he was really more than just a system of a guy who's playing with LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to AC. AC's been a beast. Zach Lavine, listen, seeing Zach Lavine on a winning team is awesome. I feel like Zach Lavine has been very deserving of this over the past couple of years. He was drafted into poverty in Minnesota, and you know what I'm saying, even in Minnesota, you kind of can see that he's promised, but you can also see holes in his game. But for him to all come in and put it together this year, and you could tell that Olympic experience and him playing this year with Demar, playing with Lonzo, playing with AC, playing with Vooch that they got last year, it made him a more confident player, and it made him kind of just ready to. I don't want to say he's taking it more seriously, because I want to say he was taking it seriously even the past years, but he kind of can see like light at the end of the tunnel. He's like, you know what, we're honestly in a position where we're able to really do something here. So we don't want to fizzle out. We don't want to be pretenders. So we're going all in. You could tell this year he's been playing defense a lot more. He's not getting beat on backdoor cuts. And he's overall just been a closer and finisher for the team. And he's just been everything that this team has needed offensively. But before we get into, but you know what I'm saying, now we're going to talk about the worst signing of this past offseason, Demar Derozan going to the Chicago Bulls for $86 million. Listen, it clearly has not been working for the rest of the NBA. It clearly has not, you know what I'm saying, transpired into the worst signing of the offseason. I don't even know where the fuck they got that from. Like, I could really think of some worse signings that happened this offseason. Paul Millsap went to the Nets this offseason. So you guys trying to tell me that was a better signing than DeMar DeRozan, an All-Star, Eastern Conference All-Star, he should have been in the finals if it wasn't for LeBron a couple of years. You trying to tell me that him signing in Chicago was worse than Paul Millsap signing in Brooklyn to be a shell of himself? Listen, it doesn't really make that much sense to me, but I'm glad that DeMar just came out and proven that he is worth all the money that he's gotten this year. He has been just an amazing fucking asset for the Chicago Bulls this year. In the fourth quarter alone, you get to really just see and really just enjoy everything that DeMar is. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching DeMar since back to his Toronto days, so I've been a fan of DeMar's game. You know what I'm saying? Me being a fan of Kobe, me being a fan of, mid-range scorers, being a fan of people who can get to their spot and elevate. Seeing DeMar DeRozan go out there and just beat DeMar DeRozan, it's just being amazing. It's just awesome. You know what I'm saying? I was really bummed out when he got traded from Toronto to San Antonio, because I knew that once he got to San Antonio, he wasn't gonna be appreciated the same way, because unless you're Tim Duncan, you don't go to San Antonio and really become anything. You kind of just go to San Antonio and you become a cog in a Greg Popovich machine. And you know what I'm saying? But even while he was in San Antonio, he was able to thrive. You can even tell he was able to build on to some things that he lacked on when he was in Toronto, and it's definitely coming around full circle in Chicago, and it's great to see this team contending. Hopefully they're able to make a Eastern Conference Finals run. Yeah, I can say that. Hopefully they make Eastern Conference Finals run. I wouldn't mind seeing them in the Eastern Conference Finals facing in Brooklyn. And yeah, as long as that means that Milwaukee isn't in Brooklyn's way, I will take it. All right, man, listen, shout out to Chirac, shout out to the Bulls. Another person who I was really excited to talk about this week before Demar ended up stealing the show from me was this man Ja Morant. Now, Ja Morant had him one hell of a week. He hit a game winner against the juggernaut Phoenix Suns, and then he turned around, I want to say like 7-8 days later, and he came back and he had a fucking masterclass against the Lakers. And just watching Ja Morant and just seeing him progress over the years, seeing him progress from his rookie year to his second year, and his second year to this year. I believe it's his third year. I think it's our third year of Ja Morant. But seeing him progress, you could tell this year he's definitely has just fully taken the leap and has decided, you know what, I am the Memphis Grizzlies. This team's going to go as I go, and so I'm going to go with million miles per hour. And while him playing a million miles per hour has been like, it's been a controlled kind of like a controlled fire for this team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell that the team really thrives on when Ja Morant is, you know, making plays, when he's getting steals, getting dunks, when he's hitting threes, when he's crossing people up, when he's getting the lane and using his floater. You could tell that the team really uses all that to generate energy because they just see his swag. They see him, you know what I'm saying? He's flexing his shoulders. He's dropping his R's. He's, you know what I'm saying, rocking his dreads. And you could just tell, like, you know what? This is a dude that we can get behind. This is a dude that we want to play with, the guy that we want to see succeed when we want to succeed with. And you could tell it's turned into like a culture shock for Memphis, because even when he was out, you know what I'm saying, they went on that great winning streak when he was out, and you could tell that they kind of just like took on some of that swag from Ja. You know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, you know what, we don't have Ja, we're definitely down on our look right now, but there's no reason why we should come out here and this should be the reason why we start losing games. You know what I'm saying? This shouldn't be the thing that turns our season into, you know what I'm saying, that derails our season. It's gonna be something that we're gonna talk about come playoff time. We're gonna be like, you know what, we did win, you know what I'm saying, those 10, 11, 12 games when Ja was out. It might have been more than that, but, you know, so we did win those games when Ja was out. So we definitely are a complete and full team without him. And when we get him, we're just even better. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ja. Shout out to Memphis. Desmond Bane's already been having a great season this year. Listen, I'm not a guy who's been hip on Desmond Bane. I'm not even try like I have. I've not been watching Memphis games like that over the past 3 years. No real shame in my game on that. But Desmond Bane has definitely been a great addition. I just found out that he got traded from Boston for 2 second-rounders. And judging from where Boston's role players are looking like these days, I can tell they can definitely use a guy like Desmond Bane. You know, I don't think they didn't trade for him. I don't think it was, you know what I'm saying, player for player or whatever. I think they traded for his pick. But listen, the Celtics definitely could use a guy like Desmond Bane right now. So yeah, listen, shout out to the Grizzlies. Let's just talk about this. Let's talk about health and safety protocols just for a brief little minute here. And we're only going to talk about health and safety protocols because it allows us to talk about the old folks home that the NBA has become over the past month and a half. I definitely remember coming into the season, there was a lot of buzz coming out of, you know what I'm saying, NBA Twitter saying that, oh, you know what I'm saying, the Lakers are such an old team. Oh, the Lakers, they got Dwight and they got Melo and they got Rondo. And, you know, just these guys that are clearly out of their prime, clearly who aren't the guys who they were, you know what I'm saying, a decade ago. And they're expecting that to be enough for them to win a championship. And the only reason why I bring that up is because the rest of the league has had no choice but to adopt a similar mindset, because I feel like the Lakers only signed those players because they had no money. You know what I'm saying? It was out of necessity. And right now, a lot of these NBA teams, they're down on players. They need people to come in and just to be bodies. And the best thing about it is that it's giving other people opportunities, ex-players, G League players, to come in and, you know, make an impact, you know, whether it be momentarily, whether it be for a game, but it allows them to add to their story, allows them to add to, you know what I'm saying, their basketball resume, you know what I'm saying, and just, it's nice, it's great, it's a great feel-good story, you know what I'm saying, it's great for the league, but that's ours. So let's talk about some players that actually were able to make a return because of health and safety protocols, and then we're going to talk about some more players that I feel like should get a chance, because listen, if we're bringing people back, we might as well go all the way back and bring back some more players. I don't want to be the brag. I don't want to be the one to brag, but I low-key am the one who said that Joe Johnson should be back in the league. Joe Johnson came back. And then I also said that we should get Lance back in the league. Lance came back. And then I also said that we should get, what's his name? Who was it? I'm forgetting one person. I called 3 people. You guys can go back and check the fucking resume. I called 3 people and they all came back into the league, but I'm just waiting for one more. and I'm waiting for that man Mike Beasley to get his shot. So an NBA team needs to stop playing and just make the decision and just lock in and get me a full month and a half of Michael Beasley in 2022. But let's talk about it. So this season, we have seen the return of players like Greg Monroe, Darren Collison, Stanley Johnson, Brandon Knight, and we even saw Isaiah Thomas twice now. Now, Isaiah Thomas in last Basketball Weekly, we're talking about how he was dropped from LA, and I personally thought the man was going to be done from basketball. I thought he was not going to get another contract in the NBA, but lo and behold, opportunity presents itself, and here he is back in action. So shout out to IT. Oh, listen, let's get that second 10-day IT. Get that second 10-day in Dallas, and then listen. That's it. And it starts from there. You know what I'm saying? Baby steps for IT. But, you know what I'm saying? For me to be seeing names like Greg Monroe and Darren Collison and Stanley Johnson in 2021, 2022 now, it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, some of these players, I'm not even sure how they even fell out of the league. Like, I don't remember, like, what happened to Greg Monroe. I remember him being on the Bucks. I remember him being on the Pistons for a couple years, and then he just kind of just fizzled out of the league. You know what I'm saying? I think he could have been a product of, you know, one of those players who kind of fell out when the regime changed with how basketball took the shift with the 3-point revolution and everything. But I don't know. It was just super confusing. But to see him back in the league, and I got a little screenshot here. He had 11, 9, 6, and 2 in 23 minutes in his NBA return. This was on December 27th, so it's not like the man fell out the league because he couldn't hoop. It's just, you know, the changing of the guard and this whole basketball revolution that happened over the past 5 years has really taken a toll and has really driven some players out of the league. Like let's talk about Kenneth Faried. Where the fuck has Kenneth Faried been? I don't remember Kenneth Faried ever being bad, but then I just remember him not being on Denver. I remember him being on the Rockets, and then I don't remember him playing anymore. That was it. Same thing with Mario Chalmers. So Mario Chalmers actually came back also this week. He recently signed a 10-day with Miami, and it had me thinking, what the fuck happened to Rio? When did Rio stop being good? And the thing that confuses me the most is the fact that Rio is a good 3-point shooter. He's a good 3-point shooter. He was a solid defender. I don't think Rio was that old. Let me look up real quick. How old Rio is. Because I don't think Mario Chalmers is that old. I do not think he's that old at all. Mario Chalmers, okay, he's 35. Okay, so he's on the older side now. But let's see, when's the last time Mario Chalmers played an NBA season? Because I just want to talk about just how he just kind of like really disappeared. So he last played in 2017. So he's been out the league for 4 years almost. He's been out the league for 4 years almost. Like, what happened? What happened to Rio? When did Rio stop being a suitable option? He was 31 years old when he got out the league. What happened? You know what I'm saying? So somebody let me know in the comments what happened to Mario Chalmers. Why did he fall out of the league? I just remember him not being on the Heat anymore, and then he just was out of basketball. So somebody can let me know what's going on. That'd be great. But yeah, listen, some of these players are gonna definitely flip this little 10-day situation into some seasons for some contracts for the end of the season, and they're really deserving of it. I really feel like so far Stanley Johnson, he's definitely deserving of a roster spot in LA, only because of the fact that he's the only person on the Lakers right now that's playing any type of defense. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers have a whole bunch of old guys who really can't really move their feet and can't really slide. So once you interject a young guy who's defensive minded and who wants to put his body on the line to, you know, win basketball games, it gave that little old folks home a little jolt. You know what I'm saying? You just come to find out you add a little bit of use to your old team, you might be a little bit better. Who'd have thought? Brandon Knight came through, had a 20-piece in his first game back, and it's like, I mean, Brandon Knight was ass, so I don't even want to really talk about him that much. Brandon Knight was trash. I want him to be good so bad. Like, I remember watching his sports science. I just like his jump shot was so clean, and I tried shooting like him, and I couldn't get it down. So the Brooklyn Nets, they look like they're ready to finally become that team that we thought they were going to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of tough to say for a team that's first in the Eastern Conference. It's not like they've been underachieving to any extent, but they haven't been, I guess, the world beaters that we all thought they were going to be. And it's for obvious reason. They're missing Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? When you're missing one of your best players, of course you're not going to you're not going to achieve the exact same things. Kevin Durant's been an absolute beast. He's been an MVP candidate this year. James Harden has been less than stellar, but over the past week, he's definitely picked it up. I think he routed off three damn near 30-point triple doubles just in the last week alone. So that's great with him coming off of health and safety protocols for him to come back. It seems like he's in shape more. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he's getting back to the James Harden that we know. So yeah, I just feel like the Brooklyn Nets are definitely about to turn a corner. They're definitely about to rattle off a nice little win streak. The only weird thing that they have to deal with, honestly, is the fact that Kyrie is a part-time player. And I looked at their schedule. It feels like they don't have any fucking away games. So it's like, I'm not sure how that's going to work. So, like, I think like we're already like 30, 35 games into the season, which means we only have less than 50 games left. And so what, you're going to give Kyrie for what? 20 of them, 25 of them. He can't play in New York. He can't play in I know you can play in Golden State. So he can't play in New York. He can't play against the Knicks. So like you're gonna have him for like what, 19 games. So like having Kyrie is always going to be better than not having Kyrie. So I don't want to sit up here and be like one of those people who are like, oh, we shouldn't play if he's not going to be there all the time. But it is kind of like have you think it's like, all right, so you're only going to have Kyrie for half your remaining games. So you know that for at least half your remaining games, if Kyrie and Kevin and James all play, they're going to be the team that most people think you're going to be, or the team that you should be. But once you guys go home, once you guys and for generally half of your playoff games, you guys won't have Kyrie. It's really weird. It's really weird. It's a really weird concept. Like I really think they're really still holding out hope that Kyrie either gets the vaccine or that the mandate gets lifted in New York. He's able to play home games as well. But if that not happening, if that doesn't happen, I really don't see. It just puts them in a real position because I feel like it's really beneficial for them to have Kyrie Irving, obviously, but I feel like especially having it for road games, that's really important. But it's like the games you don't have him at home, like if you're facing against a Milwaukee, you're facing against a Philly, you know what I'm saying, you're facing against a team that maybe you're facing against Chicago, you know what I'm saying, you might need that. You can't really afford to not have Kyrie Irving for 3 games in a series. You know, I don't know. Kyrie's actually eligible to play his first game on January 5th against Indiana, so I'm excited to see if he finally lays up on the court. And listen, we're always better off just with Kyrie than without him. For this week, we're actually going to unveil a brand new segment today. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to unveil our very first weekly winner of the Him Player of the Week. Now, basically, just with the Him Player of the Week is an award we're going to give to one player every single week. A player that we feel like really showed their ass and really put on for their team this week. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? The weeks for Steph Curry has, you know what I'm saying, 35, he has 35 4 times in a week and the team goes 4-0. We'll give Steph some love, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Or for example, like I'll be straight up. Bron is very deserving of this award for this week. You know what I'm saying? Bron has put up 30 plus points, I think, and I want to say 8 games straight now. So he's been very deserving of this award. DeMar is very deserving of this award. DeMar has been showing his ass this whole week too. I believe the Bulls, I don't think they lost the game that he played in December. So fucking crazy. But I'm not gonna lie, this week we're gonna have to give our first weekly Him Player of the Week to Ja Morant, cause that nigga Ja was wildin'. That nigga Ja was on some shit. Like, listen, I don't know. I'm not sure. Depending on how NBA copyright works, I might throw up a little clip here of just how this nigga Ja was wilding this week. But yeah, Ja played his ass off. The Grizzlies got some really big wins for them to beat Phoenix, and then for them to turn around and beat LA in the same week. Both big games, both you know what I'm saying, against premier talent. You know what I'm saying? For them, those are the real. This is a real primetime moment for the Grizzlies. So for them to come out and for them to show they ass, for Ja specifically to come out and play that way, man, it's very deserving of this week's Him Player of the Week award. Shout out to my boy Ja. That's all I got for this basketball weekly. This one definitely ran a little bit longer, so it's gonna be a little bit longer to edit it. I talked for 36 minutes straight, so that just means I'm getting more confident talking to myself. I got my headphones in, I'm talking my shit, blah blah blah, blase blah. But yeah, listen, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this basketball weekly. Hope you guys enjoyed the recap. I got some new content dropping on this channel in the next couple of days, so y'all should be on the lookout for that. You know what I'm saying? You get to see me and my boys hoop a little bit, so be on the lookout for that. If you guys like video games, you guys can subscribe to my other channel. You know what I'm saying? Link's gonna be in the bio. Me and Dante, my cousin, are currently doing a It Takes Two walkthrough. It's been fucking hilarious, so I might throw a snippet up right here.
Dante,
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just go.
We can do this. There's no reason we should be struggling right here.
Switch with me so I can show you.
No.
Switch. I can show you. It's not.
Dante, it's not that fucking
Bro.
hard. I know it's not that hard.
I just suck, bro. I just suck. I'm just ass. I thought it was.
Yo. All right, so yeah, I'm saying you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button and show some love over there on that channel, and make sure you guys leave a like on this channel, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all the YouTube shit, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.